Hi, so I figured I should make some kind of tutorial video because I kind of hooked into the Old World Blues sync stuff, like aggressively in my pup patch. So I figured I'd show how to make a patch if you got mods that add stuff that the sync personalities would break down. So I'm gonna open up F&V edit. I made like a mod for demonstration purposes. I edited the script for the toaster that makes it break down the dino toy just because I thought it would be funny. And that's in the toaster hates dino.esm. So we're going to open up F&V edit and try to figure out how to manage this incompatibility. So going to select just PUPTTW. Now if this wasn't Tale 2 Wastelands, probably pup F&V would be fine, but it's hard for me to support just F&V because I focus mostly on Tale 2 Wastelands because that's just what I play on. Okay, where is it? There it is. Alright, so I just cut into when the files finished loading. That took a little while, sorry. So let's take a look at our ESM here. That's its only masters. Let's see what it edits. Okay, so it adds the dino toy to the toaster all appliances list. And oh, that looks like a mess. So first off, because it's only uses FMV and Oro Blues as a master, it doesn't even have the Tale 2 Wasteland stuff in it. And I'd assume if you were modding in a Fallout New Vegas context, I think Yup also edits this script probably, so you'd be missing out on that stuff as well. Now, fortunately, this really doesn't matter because oh, that's interesting. Because this this script, you don't really need to change it to make a patch now with PUPTTW as long as it doesn't change the amount of items it gives you. Now I'll clear that up in a bit. So let's see. Let me make this bigger. So let's see. So this is what it originally looks like. This bit here is most important. You see the yeah, fusion cells. So when we go to the dino bit, do a quick comparison. Yeah, there's a few things it adds down here. So you see it adds a variable dino count, which is up here. And let's see what else. Yep, it adds the count, the amount the player has, and it removes them. And then it multiplies that number by 10. And then adds it to the microfusion cell returned, in addition to the appliance total. So that means each dino toy is giving you 10 microfusion cells, which is kind of funny. Now let's look at the PUPTTW script. Let's see why you don't need to edit the script. Let's see here. So let's just focus on the microfusion cell. So add item, microfusion cell, and MFC items. Okay. Where's that referenced? Right here. Okay. Player get item count. Oh, this list here. MFC items 10 list, MFC items 5 list, MFC items 3 list. And it multiplies that by 10, by 5, by 3. So it checks the item count of what the player has in that list and multiplies it. So interesting. So, yeah, and I don't see reference to any of the individual items in here. That's really interesting. Now let's see what we can do with this info. Let's check out what those lists are. Let's see. Let's go to MFC items 10. Huh, it's empty. That's because nothing in the vanilla game gives you 10 MFC. But here's the 3 list. MFC items 3. These are all the vanilla appliances. So these are all the appliances that you give to the toaster that give you 3 microfusion cells each. So the I've modified the scripts to automatically pull from these lists to just automatically work without needing to modify these scripts. Of course, if you want to add a different amount of items to the player, you're still going to have to modify the scripts, but this is still a good option if you just have like a mod that adds a single item that it breaks down that you just want to patch real quick. You don't need to modify the script, and all this mod does is just make it so that the toaster can break down the dino toy into 10 microfusion cells. That's literally it. But to do that, it has to modify the script. So now that we know how this works, we got to patch it to work better for PUPTTW and potentially other mods that want to also add to this list. So let's overwrite this. Copy as override. Oh, I forgot to set this. Let's just do ESP because it's a patch. File name, let's do the toaster hates dino and pup. Just, yeah, it hates both of them. So, okay. Now, we want to copy over the exact data from PUPTTW into our new patch. So we'll just drag this top layer onto here, and it's going to ask us to add masters. And say yes, and you're actually going to want to add all of the masters that PUPTTW has. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's just better. It just works better, especially for GEC, because it can't do contextual loading well. So there we go. This is what you're. We should just add hates dino, just because. So this is what it should look like. Your masters. There's PUPTTW. There's the mod you're patching, and this would be like all the masters of PUP. If you were patching PUP F and V, these would be it probably. So now we have the script, and we're just copying over the script from PUPTTW. We just want what's in PUPTTW. We don't care about anything else. So now, okay, that's great, but now it's not going to work. So now what we want to do is go to the form list. Well, actually, some mods that add to what the script can break down don't even do this. So to make it really, just to make sure, look in the script, look for the item it tries to add. So here's the dino toy. I'm going to hit edit, and I'm just going to copy all this stuff. It's just easier for me. There's probably a better way for this. So now that we got that, we're going to want to go into PUPTTW ESM, go in the lists, the form ID list, and look for the MFC items 10. Yeah, Yeah, HQ buddies, toaster, MFC items 10. We're gonna copy as override into hates dino and pup. All right, and we're gonna go close this to make it less confusing. So we're gonna go back into our patch, go to the list that we just overrided, and add to this. Edit this null reference, paste what we just copied, the dino toy, and there we go. Hit save. Yep, save that, and it should just work. So now the dino toy is part of the MFC items 10 list. So now the PUPTTW script will just work. It'll pull from this list. The dino toy is in this list. So it'll count how many the player has of the dino toy, multiply it by 10, put it in this variable. So say they got one dino toy. So now this is 10. This variable's 10. And it'll add it, and it should just work. Like you shouldn't even need to edit the script. Just the only thing you need to be sure to look out for as far as the script is you need to overwrite the mod you're patching script with the PUPTTW script. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to get the functionality of the lists. So yeah, just overwrite it like I did here. All right, that should be it. Hope this helps. A quick addendum. Some of the vanilla message and dialogue records check if you have the individual items rather than the lists. Now, PUPTTW fixes this, but if the mod you are patching for adds to these dialogues and messages, you're going to want to make sure you bring forward PUPTTW's record edit. So you see this one right here. This is what is this? This is the sink in the sink. So this is all the empty bottles that you can fill. Notice how all these here are all the individual bottles. Now PUPTTW changes this to just check for the list. Now if you have a mod that adds a new empty bottle, it might just grab this and just add a new record. You're just going to want to pull this over it and make sure that that mod is adding to this list. Otherwise, if it isn't, you're going to want to do that in your patch. Now, same for the message records. This one is the book shoot. And you could see, yeah, the book shoots books option. Each individual book is a separate condition. It's really ugly. So PUPTTW changes that to just the list check. Same thing for the dialogue. You're going to want to copy PUPTTW over and make sure that the book is in the list. Same for the clipboards. All right, hope this helps.